the last thing he did tweet about that day, November the 1st, so was really railing against the SEC, speaking of which. So
Yeah.
Richard's kind of feeling himself here a little bit. He said, well, the SEC has been ruled in violation of the law again. They've been ruled arbitrary and capricious a second time here, and links one of these cases. You remember the SEC was recently ruled arbitrary and capricious by the court in the Grayscale case. Just basically continues to go on and dunk on the SEC over and over, and all of the losses that they're piling up recently, which we've obviously been aware of. Congress is even threatening to subpoena the SEC chairman, talking about Guzzler, of course. Apparently someone is unhappy with the chairman because they say they're making major ad buy on Sunday shows. I was going to watch these in preparation for our stream tonight. I totally forgot to. But there are 30 and 60-second ads, apparently, from, I think, Gensler and the SEC on this link that Richard did share. I'm going to have to check these out. I totally forgot about it.
I haven't watched any of them either.
Yeah, but they're for like prime time, Sunday evening programming, which like when people used to watch TV Kids back in the day, that was like a big night for TV. None of us really do that anymore. But
so yeah, what's Sunday night prime time? 60 Minutes? Is that what's on Sunday night?
Sure. Yeah, all those shows. Yeah, all those shows. Yeah.
Stupid
stuff like that. Yeah, I'm looking at an ad right now. I'm watching this ad live. I'll share it in the chat. It's basically Gensler. Interesting. Yeah, it's Gensler refusing to answer Congress and stuff like that. I'll just throw one of these in the chat. I'm kind of really just looking at this live, so I haven't developed ideas on this yet. But yeah, Richard linked those and says even the SEC's own commissioners are dissenting, and this is true rather often, particularly Commissioner Hester Pierce. I don't know if you guys have looked her up, but yeah, she's been one of the most, I don't know if I want to call her pro crypto, but she's been like open to things. And as he said, dissenting against the chairman. Also, I guess Commissioner Mark Ueda. I've never seen his name before. Ueda, I'm not sure. So yeah, we have people, whatever it is, 5 or 6 people within the SEC that are not just, lining up behind Gensler, which is even, more heat around his neck. Yeah. So we do have all of that going on. We know that they haven't been successful recently. The TLDR of his post is that the SEC has lost 4 of 5 recent cases in the Supreme Court. They've been admonished by judges, senators, congressmen, current SEC commissioners, previous SEC staff. They lost the claim that all XRP tokens were securities in court. That was last summer. They've been found arbitrary and capricious twice in just the last few months, and now they're in violation of the APA again. So yeah, there you go. So just highlighting all of it. I mean, why do you think, I guess like the angle I want to take with this is, why do you think he's so comfortable just going in on the SEC right now? I mean, other than that, I mean, hey, it doesn't take anybody. I mean, look around. Like they've just been a disaster recently.
Well, they have. They've been a train wreck, and I think there's a little bit of antagonizing going on. Maybe a catch me if you can kind of thing. I don't know.
But, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's interesting that he feels so comfortable. Yeah.
I agree. It's kind of weird. And, one of our viewers, I'm not going to mention a name, but said, Richard's getting a little cocky. Like, I really hope they don't find some trumped up charges to bring on him like they've done to Tate and like they've done to some of the other folks who are, detained for whatever reason. And it does worry me a little bit, I guess. But Richard's not your normal, he's not your normal billionaire. Like what's
the normal billionaire?
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't really know many. That's not really what I wanted to say.
No, I get where you're coming from. Yeah,
he's just a different breed, right? He plays 3D chess. When he's like 3 steps ahead, so he's got some sort of plan to, like I said, antagonize them like that. It's just it is a little worrisome. I hope that something doesn't happen, or that they don't throw something, pay some people off to say things that aren't true, that may have happened 20 years ago. You just never know. But again, I don't worry too much. He's always seems to be a step or two ahead. But it does worry me a little bit.
I'm not worried at all, actually. To me, I feel the opposite because I don't think he would feel comfortable doing all this if there were anything to worry about. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yes and no. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I'm not worried at all because everything runs with or without him.
Yeah.
But it's clear as day that when he is around, things are just way more bullish. People are more excited, and he doesn't even have to do anything but just show his face,
Right.
or give us a video
True.
or a audio. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything pertaining to anything really. It's just him being there. He's so polarizing and he's so educating. Like I just always learn so much when I hear him. Um,
Mhm.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, it I don't know.
You are definitely right. Like he has created this like I mean, there already was with his products, obviously, but he's created this fever pitch mentality around his products
Yeah,
because of like honestly his absence. Like you just said, like people see him again, or like that audio the other day. My God, people like went insane and all these channels. Which thank God they did do this because it's terrible to listen to audio on Twitter.
yeah,
At least the way that he uploaded it anyway. It's not like a space. But yeah, people posting it on YouTube, which was very much appreciated. But there you go again, like that decentralization of like the community is just like,
yeah.
oh, let's get this out there and get in a better format for everybody to listen to. Um, yeah, just the reaction that you see about the guy, you do not see that anywhere else in crypto. I mean, I do love Charles Hoskinson, but like when one
He's
of
not
his
that
dimly lit
polarizing.
streams right. When one of his dimly lit streams pops up, or he's sitting alone at a cafeteria table or something at like a, some kind of crypto event, not being able to hand out any pamphlets, it just doesn't create the excitement. Yeah,
Yeah,
it Richard
agree.
does. But Samuel said, I understand Ewok's worry, but I don't think we know RH fully yet. There may be a side of him we will discover this bull run. I don't know. I think I feel like we've probably seen, um,
I think we've
you know,
seen about every side of Richard that we can see. I mean,
yeah. What else do you want to see, Samuel?
the back.
Like,
Well, yeah, I don't want to see it. I've heard enough about it. I don't want to see it. But
right.
yeah, we saw the backwards quirky Richard with the purple suit and top hat doing
I like that
self-help
one.
videos. We've seen the really long hair Richard when the days of the Sens Foundation when he was doing volunteer work. Um, we saw the extreme marketing, that he was doing, outrage marketing. Um, and then we see the humble side of Richard when he's visiting his mom, installing a bidet. So we've seen a lot
From
of
Red
sides.
Bull cans to bidets,
Yeah, we've seen a lot of sides of him, and there's been some really cool interviews. I don't know if you ever caught the interview. I'm sure you probably have. There were two girls that were interviewing. The one girl used to be with Playboy, and the other girl was kind of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a pretty real Richard. Like they got kind of personal with
He
some of
talked
the
about losing his
questions.
virginity to a hooker in the back of a
Well,
car,
that
apparently.
too, but there was a lot of things that were discussed in that
Yeah.
stream, and it was it's just he is down to earth guy. Like it's pretty cool to see all the different sides of him. So I don't know that we'll see another side. I think we'll see the quiet side, Richard, maybe on this bull market, and that way he can kind of say, "Look, man, I haven't done anything. I really haven't done
Yeah.
anything, and look what these coins are doing. It doesn't need me. It doesn't require me. We have this community that's freaking amazing." Um, that's what's doing it. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just